Happy evening, one and all. This is from research process. We are going to learn about the steps of a research process. So nearly we are having around 14 steps, but the steps may differ from one textbooks to the another. So I have concluded with the 11 steps. First one is formulation of a problem. Okay, first one is formulation of a problem. First we have to decide where we are having a problem. We have to formulate what problem we are having. Okay, next review of literature. This is nothing but we can get the information or we can gather the knowledge from already existing theories or from already existing views. And third one is formulating hypothesis. So next, fourth one is selecting the research design. So we have to select which design may be appropriate for a study. For example, we may choose a qualitative or quantitative or mixed approach, like that. Okay, next is the specifying population. So we have to specify which population we have to take. For example, if you are giving care for a patient, or if you are doing a research regarding the AIDS patient about the medications, or if you are finding the medications for a AIDS patient, here the AIDS patient is the population. Okay, so next is the sample selection. So sample selection is nothing but we may have nearly around lakhs and lakhs of people may be there with the AIDS, but we are not selecting all the peoples, but we may take at least we may take only 50 or 100 for a research. Okay, so this 50 or 100 population is called as sample. Okay, so we are not taking the whole population as in the fifth step, but in the sixth we are taking only the samples. Next is the ethical consideration. So ethical consideration in the sense it is nothing but we have to get the permission from the government or government, or if we are doing a research with a patient, we have to get the consent from the patient. Without the consent of the patient, we should not do any research. That is ethically it is wrong. Okay, so we have to get the permission from the government or from the patient or society or from the community. It depends upon a project. Okay, next one is pilot study. So pilot study in the sense, so if in the sample selection, if you are taking the 50 or 100 samples, in the pilot study we are going to take only 5 or 10 samples or maybe 20 samples. Okay, so here the pilot study is nothing but it is a short or a small or a rehearsal theory. Okay, so for the major theory we are doing just a rehearsal. Okay, so that is called pilot study. Okay, next is the data collection. Data collection in the sense, so we are getting the data from the patient. Okay, or for example, if so data collection, sorry for the disturbance, data collection is nothing but, so this is we are collecting the data. For example, if we are giving a question paper to the patient which in which they have to answer. Okay, for example, if you want to understand or if you want to know whether the knowledge of the if you are doing a pre-test or a post-test knowledge, we can do the test. Okay, so that is called data collection. We can give a question so that the patient can take the answers and we have to validate it. Okay, so that is called data collection. Then data analysis. Data analysis in the sense, what is data analysis? We have to see whether the patient has answered, whether the data are correct or not, and how the patient has been response. Okay, so 10th one is data analysis and data interpretation. Okay, so data interpretation means, what is data interpretation? Data interpretation means it is nothing but here we are we are arranging the results. For example, if you are collecting the marks of the students, okay, so uh, we are arranging the marks as a internal mark and external marks, and regarding the every subjects, okay, in assignment or class test. So as like that we are interpreting or we are entering the results. Okay, next is communication. The last step is communication. So after data analysis, we are collecting the data, then we are doing the analysis, then we are doing the interpretation, and we are we are doing the communication. We have to communicate our research. For example, if you are conducting any research in the community, and after the research is over, we have to communicate with the people that you have conducted a research in a specific topic, and the result of the study. For example, if you have discovered any medicines, if we have discovered any medications, or if you have discovered any remedies for a certain problem, we can publish it, okay, in the we can publish it through the newspaper, as like that. Okay, so that is a communication. Okay, then utilization in the sense, so we have to utilize the result of the study. For example, if we have found out any remedies for a home remedy or any medications, we have to apply that result for the problem. Okay, so that is called utilization. So we are having in the research process, we are having 11 steps. One is formulation of a problem, then review of literature, formulating hypothesis, selecting a research design, specifying population, sample selection, ethical consideration, pilot study, data collection, data analysis and data interpretation, communication and utilization. Thank you.